we would go to her, like our patron, like, hey, Mama, I have a project. I would like you to come and launch it. What is it? Oh, it's Rolex Festival. I have a festival coming up. She's like, okay, what's that? And Rolex, you know what a Rolex is? I actually asked her. Then people were like tapping on me. Why are you asking the minister? You don't know what a Rolex is? And we were having a conversation. You don't know what that is? She's like, no. Okay. Oh my God. So there are people who don't know what a Rolex is. And they're Ugandans. And then Uganda, it was funny. Had to use the knife to flip the egg. She's like, wow. So she asked in Uganda, globally, global destinations are known for their meals. When you travel to Italy, you find pizza and pasta. You find biryani for India, ugali for Kenya, wine culture for Europe and South Africa. You find noodles for Japan, sushi for Japan. You find burger and hot dog for UK. US. So us, it is the Rolex. Our informal people, even not only informal people, when you just give something for free, they'll come, they'll use, they'll take,
they won't value it.
and they won't value it. So one thing we figured and realized was these people need to buy, they need to invest so that they value whatever they have bought for themselves. As friends who were doing media and stuff, and they were like, oh, you need media. They did for me a media package which was actually covering the whole event in my next year's event of about 200 million. The vision is to see a well-defined and packaged Rolex vendor on the streets using clean energy with a clean Rolex card.
Welcome back to Originaires. This week, we are speaking with the CEO and founder of the Rolex Initiative. It didn't just start there. She was first Miss Tourism Busoga in 2015. Thank you for making the time, Enid Mirembe.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I've been well. God has been good. We thank Him for life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about the Rolex Initiative?
Rolex Initiative is an organization that I thought about founding when I was just crowned Miss Tourism. That was 2015-16. So when we go for pageantry, in the pageant world, we are expected to have a project, to have an output, because we are given a platform to uplift, empower, and also motivate other girls so that when they also do want to become queens and go for pageantry, there is something that they can do for their communities. So Rolex Initiative is a socio-economic enterprise that develops capacity building programs for informal food artisans. We are looking at people on the streets, Rolex vendors as a highlight, and then every other person who is on the street that is doing food. These are informal people. Some of them have not gone to school. Some of them have not completed school. Some of them have not seen any blackboard. So, but they are doing a great business, and there is ways in how we can do it, promote, and also improve on their livelihoods, the kind of work they're doing, because they give us meals that we eat. So we have to make sure we do some nitty-gritties and small work to improve on the product. But most of all, in the tourism bit, given the fact that I am Miss Tourism Busoga 2015, there's so many sectors in tourism. There's wildlife, culture, there's so much. But I thought about food because I was looking at the stereotype of chapati and Busoga, the stigma, to improve, empower the people in the business, and also see that it is seen as a trade. Because when you see right now, different people in the sector, we have different people in the sector who are supposed to help and improve on it to become a trade. So there was a lot that was supposed to be done for this Rolex as a male identifier of the country to be seen as a trade. And that is what we are working towards. It's a gradual process. You just can't, one time thing and then it is out there, because we are dealing with informal people, we are dealing with the authorities who actually will be like, those ones, you know, so you have to fight for them.
I'm glad you mentioned that connection. I didn't know whether it was intentional to try and like reclaim the stereotypes that people have.
Yeah, it was that, but also as I did culinary is food. Culinary tourism is another very big sector in tourism. When you travel, in tourism, there is mostly three things. When you travel, there are things you expect. That is accommodation, travel, and food. So we have people who travel for food, but also we have people, I mean, when you travel, you have to eat.
Yeah.
And in most cases, when you travel, there is this specific food that you want to try out.
Yeah.
When I traveled to one of West African countries some time ago, I made sure I test one of their foods. And the way they made it, trust me, when you see them doing it on TV, the way they make it, you would not want to eat it. But it is their food.
Yeah.
And I tried it because it was fresh. I saw how they make it. That is why I ate.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, they pound yam, they put water. I mean, it's cassava.
Okay.
They first boil and then they put it in, it's like a pan, and then they have a pounding stick, which is not like ours. Yeah, it is very flat at the bottom, and then they have to pound for it to make that, like how you say, kalo. Yeah, that millet bread. So theirs is different, and when they are pounding, they add water, like cold water. So I'm like, why are you even adding cold water? At least warm, but it's cold. And they serve it without soup. They'll just put for you chicken on the side. Yeah. So people travel differently. So when I traveled, I was like, wow, I have to try out this food. And I had to go downtown. We took a stroll, went downtown. That's where we found the street markets. Yeah. The street food markets. Okay. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I tried
you didn't do the bougie thing, the bougie version, the hotel version.
In bougie hotel. And I had to experience this. You're not going to get a good experience in a hotel. It's cutlery, your fine dining, everything is the usual. If you want to experience good food, when you go to a country, you have to go downtown, you have to go to the street food markets. That is when you can experience that. Other than that, you will be in the usual. Yeah.
Can I go before the Rolex Initiative, before even Miss Tourism? Who was Enid at that time?
Enid was still in school. She actually tried to go for Miss Tourism, and they told her to go back and finish school.
Okay.
Yeah, then when she was done with school, she came back. I was trained by Joram Zira Job, JMM, but I did not make it into being a commercial model. I mean, a runway model, because, you know, they want, you have to have the size of hip bones. What? Right. She's like, you do pageantry. And that's where he pushed me to. Because he would look at all of us and see what you're good at.
Gotcha.
So when he saw where I was good at, he's like, you do well in pageantry. And when I went, every person that he told, you're good at this and that, trust me, they've made it.
That's where they thrived.
They have moved so well, and they're still moving. Yeah, so that was about me before. But I went for Miss Tourism in 2012. They chased me away.
Okay.
In 2013, they still told me go back. 2014.
Yeah.
And then 2015 is when I did it.
When did you start modeling though?
I was mostly commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, I was mostly commercial. We would do ads. Yeah, sometimes an extra watch. And, you know, it was nice because you were still in school. It doesn't take a lot of your time. But with pageantry, there is boot camp.
Right.
You know, you have to be away for a whole month. Sometimes even 2 for national boot camp, it's 2 months. Regional boot camp was just a month. So I believed and saw that there was a chance for me if only I planned to execute very well.
Yeah. How did you even enter into that world of modeling? Was it something you always wanted to do, or you stumbled into it?
Fashion, I've always loved. Fashion is good. Fashion is good. And I worked with Sylvia Warrior's fashion store in my senior 6 vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I met
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think that's where everything was.
Mm-hmm.
The switch was turned on.
Yeah.
And I just saw where my potentials were.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would see the models, everyone, because at some point I was working as a sales executive in the shop, but at some point when there was someone missing, they would tell me to feed in, but I would not know how to walk as a runway model. It's different.
Yes.
Yeah, for beauty pageants, it's calm. And then for them, it's a little bit faster. It's different. Honestly, it's different. And yeah, I think if I was trained, maybe I would do it, but still I would not place. I mean, the hip bones, the chest, the watch, you know? Yeah.
Okay. So you were happy with the other option that ended up at?
Of course I was, because I tried it like 3 times.
Right.
And then the 2 times they told me to go away, the 3 times when I went the 3rd time, I placed, I was crowned. I did well in national boot camp. And I mean, it was hard, but it was a motivation. Because you go aiming at doing something. So I put my things together. I had a full suitcase full of tourism information. My auntie used to work in the Ministry of Tourism. It was still tourism, trade and industry. But now they separated to trade, industry and cooperatives, to tourism, wildlife and antiquities. That was like how many years ago? I think I got to know about the separation in 2014, 2015. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So then my auntie gave me notes. She would get me those brochures, magazines, everything. I would read. I knew about the 10 national parks. I got to know about the reserves. Of course, those are things they're going to ask. Yeah. And I think it did me so well. So by the time I got in there, I had a full suitcase of books. But did I even read them? Because boot camp is something else. You don't have time to. There is so many activities, one after the other. You don't even have time to read. When they tell you to go to your rooms and rest, you just need to go and put your head down. Because you wake up so early, trainings, runnings, etc. Yeah.
Is there anything that you still take away from boot camp in your daily life?
Yeah, there's quite a number of things, but this specific one, I think, was you need to see everyone in the way that they come. Because we were different regions, 36 girls from 12 regions of Uganda. Everyone has their own character. And at some point, my second runners-up was sleeping in they would not put you with the same person from your region. Yeah, so they put us in different rooms, and my room didn't have network. Now, me and my roommate, they were like very big rooms, each with their bed. Yeah, that was Bwebaja Airport Hotel. Each one had their own. Each one had their own bed. Each one had their own space, but at some point we would have to get out of the room to look for network. So you'd find all of us moving all over the corridors looking for network. When I figured that actually my runners-up has one of the queens from my regions she has reception. She never moves out. I'm like, okay, now I need to relocate. So I would sneak out, run to the other room, you know. And then I relocated. We both left our rooms. We would just come back in the morning to share because they would do roll calls.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, to see if all the girls are in. Yeah. So I would run out, come back early in the morning with brush, get ready for the following day. It was fun, but I got to learn one thing of you have to accept everyone's character. Yeah. We are different people. And some regions are privileged, others are not. You're going to find very beautiful girls. You're going to find very tall girls. You find others short. So we are all made in one image. That's God's image, and we have to appreciate one another the way we come. You don't have to put someone down because of how they look like. Yeah, because I mean, other regions have more beautiful girls than the others, and we are still all Ugandans.
Yeah. Okay. And I think that kind of cooperation had to play a part when it comes to dealing with like the Rolex Initiative and dealing with all the people that you have to work with to make something like that happen.
Yeah, in a way that you're going to knock on someone's office because they are head of marketing or staff, and they might give you attention or not give you attention. They might want to also, for example, you're looking for funding, you have an event coming up, you have maybe a training coming up as well, but they might listen to you or not. Someone will tell you, oh, I don't have a budget, but they actually have a budget, but they don't see value.
How do you not, take the opportunity and like try and be petty in a situation like that where, you were rejected in one space and then they find you in another where the roles are flipped?
Sometimes, of course, it's just natural. Sometimes you might be like, this person did this to me. I swear if they ever find me in my space, I'll show them. And then you're like, okay, it's not worth it, maybe. Of course, some people you'll be like, Asha, at least I'll ignore them, you know what I'm trying to say. But at some point, you're like, okay, wow, I think I am better than this. I have, in life, at my age now, I think I have learned to keep quiet because it saves you a lot sometimes. Yeah, there's things that you go through and then you learn that there's a Uganda traditional saying that says you don't regret when you keep your mouth shut. So you clap for yourself at some point because there's a lot you would have said, but you just decided to keep quiet.
Okay, that's wise. Can we go to now actually, starting the initiative? Was it an idea that everyone was open to at the beginning? Was it like
welcoming?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't. I remember even not that it was welcomed because they knew about it. Some people didn't know what a Rolex is.
Right.
Like the late Honorable Mariam Tagame, may her soul rest in peace. She was the founder and patron of Miss Tourism Uganda. She was then the cabinet minister for Ministry of Tourism.
Okay.
So at some point, she would I went and we would go to her, like our patron, like, hey, Mama, I have a project. I would love you to come and launch it. What is it? Oh, it's Rolex Festival. I have a festival coming up. She's like, okay, what's that? A Rolex. You don't know what a Rolex is? I actually asked her. Then people were like tapping on me. Why are you asking the minister? You don't know what a Rolex is? We were having a conversation. You don't know what that is? She's like, no.
Okay.
Oh my God. So there are people who don't know what a Rolex is. And they're Ugandans. And they're in Uganda. It was funny, but actually nice. Yeah, I don't know. So I told her I'm going to take you to organize cars, media, what. We went to the streets, took pictures, what. And then we told her this is a Rolex. It is a meal that so many youth, men and women eat. It is a full meal. It has vegetables wrapped with an omelette and a chapati. So she had to make a Rolex on the streets just to see the whole idea and feel it. We had to make her not even use a spatula because those guys don't have spatulas. She had to use the knife to flip the egg. She's like, wow. So she asked in Uganda, we're like, it's expensive, one. And also when it breaks, they don't think about replacing, two. And also they love something quick. He's using the knife to cut, and then he doesn't have time to change. If he had an apron that had those, and maybe an organized kitchen area, maybe they would use all those equipments and kitchenware, but they don't have. So she didn't know. That example I was giving is some people didn't know what a Rolex is.
Right.
So some people were not welcome in the area because they were green about it.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
And I think that also justified needing an initiative like that.
Yes. And also those who knew about the initiative, who knew about Rolex were like, okay, I know this is a Rolex, but yeah, how is it going to help, And also the third thing is, of course they had questions about it, but also they were like, we don't have a budget for it right now, which is understandable. And then others tried to shut it down because they knew the potential it had.
Okay.
So I had quite a number of people that I met, those who loved the concept, those who didn't know what the concept was, those who knew what the concept was but didn't have a budget for me planned at that time, and those who just wanted to shatter that dream.
Yeah. So under the initiative, I originally just thought it was the festival alone.
No, it's
Can
not.
you help me break it down a little bit?
So Rolex Initiative is the organization.
Yeah.
And then therein we have the Rolex Festival, which is a flagship event. We have Rolexpreneurs, which it's an acronym for Rolex and Entrepreneurs. These are people who are into the trade. They do the business for a living, for survival. And then we have the Rolex Fund, whereby we are still working on being able to fetch funding for these people so that they can borrow. These are soft loans they can get because there are offices I can get to, but this person down here cannot get to that office because they don't have, they are not well registered to be able to have that executed on their behalf. And we also have Rolexpreneur, Rolex Festival, Rolex Fund, and then the Rolex carts, which are Rolex Yo carts.
Okay.
These are modern carts that use gas. They have beautiful clean storage for the chapatis in a glass storage for display, and then storage down here for the plates, etc.
Interesting.
Eggs, after they have cooked, they can store everything in and lock it up. They also have solar for lighting, charging system. They can charge and also get extra money.
Gotcha. Yeah.
To people around them. So they can also make extra things. For example, there are Rolex types that they have to puff it with chips. So they also have somewhere to deep fry chips from using the solar. So that was about the Rolex card. So we have about like 4 products under the Rolex Initiative. And we are still growing as Rolex Initiative because globally, global destinations are known for their meals. When you travel to Italy, you find pizza and pasta. You find biryani for India, ugali for Kenya, wine culture for Europe and South Africa. You find noodles for China, sushi for Japan. You find burger and hot dog for US. So us, it is the Rolex, and mostly the foods that identify a country are street foods because it's supposed to be something that is quick for someone to grab and eat on the go. You're not going to find an experience because you first have to go and see it. Given the number of tribes that we have, our ethnicity is wide. We cannot select one item, one tribe to have the lead meal. People from the west will be like, why not Shawi? And then from the north, we want Marakwang. And then the Basogas will be like, we want Embol. We have what they call Omugoyo. And there's Bagandas will tell you we have our Luombo. So the Kejongs will also tell you they have, everyone has a meal. So it is hard, it is difficult. But a Rolex is a Rolex anywhere in the country. Has the same recipe. You can add in your other things, chicken, but it still stays a Rolex. Yes.
Interesting. The thing is, with pageantry and the activities that you do within that space, a lot of the time there is no real expectation for you to keep going even after, you have handed the crown over. How come you kept at it?
I at some point realized that it was a business because
at what point was that?
I have always told myself that I'll do something for profit and not for profit, because at some point you're going to find so many funders who want for-profit organizations. How do you grow the business? Because I can't keep going back to them and asking them for, you need to support this, and then I give them a one-off. Even those Rolex cards that we give these people, they are rent-to-own services. They are not free of charge.
Okay.
They rent until they own. Trust me, when you realize that these people are informal people, even not only informal people, when you just give something for free, they'll come, they'll use, they'll take,
they won't value it.
And they won't value it. We've given them out before. We've been sponsored by UNDP through Ministry of Tourism. And when we gave them these things, they sold.
Okay.
Yeah, they sold. We trained about 2,000 in Rwenzori TDA, but it was hard for us to keep track of them. They would sell, but why would you sell a car? Which is not asking for repair, nothing. They sold. So one thing we figured and realized was, one, these people need to buy. They need to invest so that they value whatever they have bought for themselves.
Gotcha. So I feel like they have skin in the game, like they've actually sacrificed something to have this.
Yes. Every time you have worked so hard to make something grow. Apart from a few things, there are things that I would work so hard for to put together, and I would not let them go. But there are things that I can gladly say, no, this is actually not good for my well-being. I will let it go. I will let it pass. Yeah.
Okay. So realizing that it could be a business, at what point was that?
It was immediate.
Okay.
It was immediate because everything that I saw, there is no way I was going to start hunting down money for people, and then I have to keep going back and going back and going back. No, because even the festival itself, I would have to invest for me to rip out. You have to pay for media, venue, security, cleaning the venue afterwards. Everything is so pricey. And when I reveal accounts, they're like, my money, but you have paid a lot to see that come to pass. Yeah.
Did you see it standing strong 10 years later?
When I was beginning this initiative, I have always told myself, even when I was going for pageantry, I have friends who are into politics. Some are MPs and ministers now. But I've always told myself, Enid, I don't do runners-up positions. So when I was doing this, I entered and I said, wow, now we either do this or do this.
Yeah.
There was no way out. And also, I don't do trials. Like, let me try. I don't have that in my vocabulary.
Okay.
I either do it or I don't do it.
Right.
So once I do it, I am fully in. So I'll give it my best to see that it comes to pass. And if it works out, it has worked out. If it has not worked out, maybe it was not meant to.
Right.
So there's nothing like, I'm trying. No way. Yeah.
And who are those voices that really stood with you while you were coming up? Those mentors? Maybe?
One, from the beginning, my mom was behind the background of everything, clothing, etc., dressing. That was one. Two, Joram was there. He kept encouraging us. He loves it when we win. And most of us that he trained and sent to the regionals, we placed.
Right.
Yep. And he'll be the first to post. And it has won. It would be nice. And then, my family was there. And then when I began the organization, Ministry of Tourism, the former regime of a Uganda Tourism Board, that was Stephen Asimwe's group, and Ministry of Tourism, Honorable Chiwanda. When the late Mariam Tagamba handed over, there was a new minister, Honorable Chiwanda, and a new cabinet minister. Honorable Chiwanda was state minister. He really stood in there when I invited him, and the minister also told him, "Oh, this is my girl, Miss Tourism, blah, blah, etc. Please help her. This is what she's doing. We have to go and launch." We went and launched at Media Center. Oh my God. The news. They started comparing us because it's a minister who launched. Now the government is launching Rolex, others are launching blah, blah, etc. You get it? It wasn't nice, but you have to go into something with that tough skin.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now this is it. It was so bad. There was bad media and also good media. I got a lot. Sometimes I have to look at the good things. The good media overshadowed the bad media. And I remember there was tabloids. My God, it was bad. But
what are they saying?
It was bad, like regional queens, they would start comparing the projects, etc. But I don't think there's a project which became in our year, I think, that became better than after getting scrutinized and stuff, that did so well. I think I did a great job, even amidst that bad media and good media. Of course, I got a lot of good media as well. International media, local media, but tabloids, they could kill you before your time.
How do you deal with that kind of attention that can be negative and it's like, overbearing?
I learned one thing of you have to learn to keep quiet sometimes. When you see this is not worth your energy, you let it pass. There is a lot that goes through everyone's life, but you're not going to start attacking everyone who says this and says that. Some people are going to say things that you don't expect. They will say certain things, and when they actually even, let me say, people who are very close to you, friends, family, and you'll be like, wow, did this just happen? I thought this person is supposed to support me. How come they are doing this? But regardless, you have to keep moving.
What's your support system like?
I have friends that I talk to. There's times that come and they're really tough. And you don't even want family to find out that actually this is going on with your life, because they will all feel bad. And our parents, as we grow, they become very vulnerable because of us. So you can't keep sharing certain information with them at some point. But I have a strong support system. My friends, wherever they are, they know themselves, but I go to them about anything. I go to them, I talk to them about anything I think, and they listen. They'll tell you, oh, you can actually do this. There are times I even just drive and go randomly without even calling. I'm like, are you home when I've even reached the compound? Are you home? I want to sleep. Like, you just want to be in a different environment. Because, and they don't even know what is going on in your life, but they just open that door for you, whether it's work, family, I don't know. So they would just open for you and, oh, I'm going out, I'm stepping out, but the kids are there, you're hungry, you need something, So that support system, everyone needs it, even when they don't have to know what is going on with your life. But you just need somewhere to, wind down a bit.
Okay, that's good at least. Let's get back into the Rolex of it all. I mean, a festival of that magnitude, I wonder what it takes to run something like that.
It's costly. Very costly. First, you have to look at the venue. You have to look at production. You have to look at media before the event. You have to look at security. You have to even look at cleaning. You have to look at manpower. Because people be like, hey, event afterwards, it's easy to clean. It's not. So it's not it's not a cost-friendly event.
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah.
You have to look at so much. Because sometimes vendors will be like, I don't have money to pay, but I really, really want to come and work. And then you have to look through it. Is it doable or not? There is so much that takes for someone to put an event. So we have to respect event organizers.
Yeah.
Production alone.
Right. Yeah.
Security, because they know events that attract big numbers of people. The moment you go to security, the place they've allocated you to, because usually for Cricket Oval and places around, they are allocated to Ginger Road. Oh, you have so many people. The budget is already high because they have to deploy according to the numbers you attract.
Right.
So security, venue, and before you not tell someone that let me first work, then I pay you. Counter-terrorism, it's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, I know you are, at the head of it all and kind of coordinating a lot of the different things that are going on. I want to know how involved are you? Are you the one actually having those conversations with all these different stakeholders? How big is the team?
I have learned to delegate. One of the things that I've learned to do is delegation. If you don't delegate, you run mad. Beginning, I had a small team of about 5 people that has kept on growing. But at some point, one of my friends said, but Enid, how come you have an event and you're not stressed? I told her, because I delegate. I expect to be at the top, but I get feedback from everyone in their department. So if I'm the one, of course, the people I'll have to run around with, because it has to be me to close that deal. They don't want to get it from another person. Especially sponsorships and partnerships. I have to run that down. But after that, you will not see me running around with security. You will not see me running around with security. You will not see me running around with venue, because I delegate. And I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Delegation.
How do you organize your team so that they are on board with your vision? Because I know sometimes a lot of people have a limitation with that delegation part, because it's you tell someone to do something, then you're just not done. And
you switch when someone is not in sync with you. You switch because there are so many people that want me even when the event is running. For the event, I have people who tell me they want to work. We have people, of course, who come and work. The organization is not so big, but we have people who just want to come and work during that time of the event. So that's a one-off.
And the impact that it has had on the community. Could you comment on that, or what you have observed?
We have created more jobs as Rolex Initiative. We have improved their livelihoods, especially hygiene sensitization. In the
Rolex, one particular situation that you remember, or one person that kind of stands out for you?
Some are up country, the ones in Kampala. You have some in Kampala. We've done quite a number of Rolex stopovers on street food markets in Kampala. We have some in Bunga Market. Those ones we've worked with them on KCC Eweyonje projects. We have given them things to use: kitchenware, aprons, kitchen towels, table mats, aprons, dustbins, because hygiene is key. We are not going to want to promote Rolex as a meal identifier of the country, and then we have eggshells lying around the floor. And then you want a visitor, because some people use that road, whichever road a visitor, they'll be by the way, I come from this country, I was told to come and try out a Rolex. They would want to randomly. I was at one of the hotels recently, and at the tourism information center, I bumped into my friend talking to a guest. She's like, oh, Enid, this is my friend. He's American. He just came here to do some work and visit. But then he's looking for something fun to do. He's like, actually, before I do anything fun, because I'm done with work, I have 2 days to look around the city, and then I return to the US. So she said, he's like, but I want to eat. They told me there's a nice place that has good food around town. I don't want to mention the places. So I was like, yeah, but what do you want to eat? He's like, they told me local food. I'm tired of hotel food, the same buffets each and every other day. I'm like, okay. So he says, but don't you people have like street food markets? You get it. I'm like, so when they mentioned that, Lydia just turned and looked at me with a laugh. It was nice. Yeah, we actually have a Rolex. Have you tried a Rolex? It's like, I've seen it on the menu, but I don't even know what that is. We told him it's an omelette. But we told him the best Rolex is from the street one. Yeah. It's like, okay. What time should I go? We told him the best time to eat a Rolex is very early in the morning or late in the evening. And he tried it out. Okay. Because the stall he went to actually had different types of Rolex. So he had the ordinary and also had variety. Gotcha. Yeah. Huh. That's beautiful to actually have that moment that is like so, out of the blue. He didn't even go to eat the food to that place they had sent him to. Right. Huh. Interesting. I'm curious about like the major lessons that you've learned along the way, because I think a lot of these things that we are doing, you learn as you do. You just execute, and something works, something doesn't. What are some of those things that kind of stick out to you? Major lessons. You have to follow your dreams. Not everyone is going to believe in you. Actually, the people you expect to believe in you will not believe in you. Yeah. That sounds like it's coming with context. Yeah. You mention some of the work that you want to do to different people, and you'll expect them to be like, oh, wow, this is nice. By support, I don't mean, there's different types of support. There's financial, there's physical, there's emotional. So you cannot fail to support someone in one way or the other. Yeah. But I would love to say that you have to keep on track, whether people support your dreams are valid. You have to keep moving regardless. So you might feel like, oh my God, this person, how can they do this to me? But at the end of the day, whether they come on board or not, keep moving. I didn't have partners and sponsors in my first edition. Okay. But I kept moving. They came on board. And actually the second year, they were calling me. Right. They want to first see it work before the impact. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When partners see that there's value for money, they'll come on board, trust me. And also, I have learned that you have to hang in there, stick on what you want, because it's not going to be easy. You don't have to feel like, oh, when I start this immediately, I'm going to make it. I'm going to, no, it's not going to be like that. There might be a few hindrances, but we keep moving. Yeah. Tell me about some of them. The hindrances that you found, trying to establish. The fact that I was still very young. It was more financial, and I got worried. I'm like, am I going to be able to execute such a big event? Because I asked friends who were doing media and stuff, and they were like, oh, you need media? They did for me a media package, which was actually covering the whole event, even my next year's event, of about 200 million. Really? That is like you're practically telling me to shut down mentally and not even think about it. Yes. But after some time, I'm like, but wait a minute, there are people I'm sure who do events without even, like, you don't know who to run to. Security-wise, they did for me a security budget. My God. Security was like over 28 million. I'm like, am I going to manage this? Yeah. But later I sat down and said, no, I think there's a way out of this.
And what was that way out?
I went, sat at ministry. I thought about requesting for a waiver. You have to think first. So, government to government, these are some of the little, not so many things you can get out of government. Okay. You can be lucky that there's a budget at that point, and also someone who believes in your dream to get support. Okay. But if that person is not there, you might fail to get support at all. Yeah. So, when I told them about it, I went and spoke to the minister. I'm like, I need a waiver. The late Bambi, she wrote letters. What security venue was museum. Museum is under Ministry of Tourism, Museums Department and Monuments. So I got free venue. Okay. Waiver for security. What else did I have? I practically just had to pay for media, like the reporters. Actually, some of them I didn't even pay. But then production, Yes. Those. Yes. But with time, they'll be like, Enid, your event has now grown. You have grown. It's not a child, it's not a baby anymore. So the budget has to be there. Yeah. For the first time, people will believe in you. They'll be like, hey, Bambi, she's also trying to, But later, you have to move. Yeah, you have to stand on your own. You have to let you stand on your own, feed on your own, because you also have visions, The vision is big. Yeah.
What is your vision currently?
The vision is to... see a well-defined and packaged Rolex vendor on the streets using clean energy with a clean Rolex card. Yeah.
Some would say that that some part of the charm when it comes to the Rolex is...
I know what you're going to say.
Because dust is also part of the
Rolex. What is supposed to be Bali. But I also feel like I think it's just being comical, but that's not it. That's not true. Yeah. A Rolex is supposed to be clean like any other food. It has to be clean, not even put in Kavera. It can be a very clean paper bag. From a clean Rolex vendor in clean space. Yeah. With well-groomed fingernails, Oh, and by the way, some of them now, they have those kitchen gloves. Because we've done trainings with them. Yeah. Some be like, oh, we use kitchen gloves. And there's one thing people have failed to know. They think these white gloves are surgical gloves. I actually had to argue with someone when we were doing trainings. He's a well-learned person who thinks we're not doing the right thing, but we had a trainer who was actually a culinary trainer. She knows what kitchen gloves are. Those gloves that examination gloves, they can be examination gloves or kitchen gloves as well. The colored ones, they have different colors. Even international chefs use them. There's white, there's blue, there's black, there's yellow, green, different colors. And then the kitchen gloves are these ones which are transparent. Yeah. But those ones you have to keep. I don't know why they don't.
They're so loose.
Yeah, they're so loose. They keep going off the hands. That's why even the chefs prefer to use the other type. Gotcha. Surgical gloves are different. They have medicine on them. Yeah. They are treated gloves because they are going into a surgery room. But these are examination gloves. You just, put them on and do whatever you have to do. And then, yeah. So we have taught them that actually these gloves are cheap. I mean, they are cost-friendly. They can afford to buy a pair or two, depending on, because sometimes you have to call them to do different events, but people don't want you touching their food. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You touch your catawheel. You can afford to wash it so well. That catawheel is disgusting. but those are things you've also been telling them about.
Yeah.
Wash it.
How has the reception been with those trainings?
Behavior change.
Okay.
It's not a one-off. Some of them will even tell you you've given them an apron, and they'll come and tell you, the apron you've given me doesn't have a pocket. Yes. They want an apron with a pocket. I'd be like, I can't use an apron without a pocket. You're like, wow.
Okay. Yeah. And so how do you navigate those?
And then they tell you, I don't want.
Yeah.
So we always entice them with the goodies that we give. Yeah, because most of those things we give them so that even when they have become old and worn out, they can still afford to buy for themselves. You tell them an apron is good, but it's good communication, because an apron is supposed to have a pocket, because a pocket is where you put your towels. You see those towels that chefs have? It's for your face and head to clean off the sweat. So after using it, you tuck it in the pocket of the apron. So once you do that, you know that, oh, actually this is how it's supposed to be, because all that training they went through it. But behavior change. Today you come to someone, if they're in a good mood, they'll give you attention. Tomorrow they'll tell you, oh, I don't even have time to listen to you. Until when they see that actually we gave out goodies to the winners. The winners, when we did the last trainings, 2 winners from every district, they would win a cart, modern cart, which has gas, solar, etc. And then they would also have capital improvement. Of about 200,000 to 300,000, just to add in. And then we would give them these other ones would go with a spatula. Everyone, even the winners, spatula, table mat, kitchen towel, T-shirt, chef hat, quite a number of things. And when they said that actually some of them didn't come, so the next time you go for another training, the information would spread fast.
I'm curious, have you ever felt like this was too much, like you needed to,
have a breather? At some point it was, in 2018, I was overwhelmed by the numbers at museum. The place was flooded, and I didn't even make enough money because we underestimated. We underestimated the numbers, so we lost a lot of money. I got so overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, maybe I need a break to go back and re-strategize. But regardless, we had to keep moving.
What was that mindset that had you thinking, this did not work, but like I have to go back?
Because winners don't quit.
Period.
Winners don't quit. You have to keep moving. And if you even missed out in just 1 month of doing that particular something that you have to do, another person will come. That's why I'm told artists, some of them don't want to go into, having babies and stuff, because it's like a competition, or like the time is fast spent. Anytime they have those 9 months off, time is gone. So I believed I had to keep moving, because I was at the peak at that point, 2018, 2019. Until COVID really hit hard, and I don't think I have bounced back fully like before, because I was supposed to have run 3 more years, after COVID. I mean, that period of COVID. So COVID hit in a bit, and then partnerships shrunk a bit, but we keep moving. We don't give up, because in most cases you won't know. It's always impossible until when it's done. That was Nelson Mandela. So,
Okay. And then also, I think juggling that with the part of like motherhood and, dealing with your kids. How do they ever, come along with you and
attending
and take part, or maybe,
No.
Okay.
They've never attended any. Yeah.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who was maybe thinking about, starting a community like that, going out and helping people while even including the business part of it? What advice would you give them?
One is to stay focused. There's so many things that would want to deviate you from the main road, but you have to stay focused. Because some people also think you cannot make it without them. You can't do this without working with us. You can't, But you keep moving, so you have to stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Work with people. If they come, they come. If they go, they go. But you have to keep moving. Work with people who have the same vision as you. Because you'll at some point see that actually this person is good for my soul or not.
Right.
Know what the vision for your organization is. And also don't think that it's going to be a bed of roses. It's always a roller coaster. Running up and down. Going to this office and the other one. Yeah. Grow your network. Because the biggest thing I've done in tourism is to grow my network.
Yeah.
One way or another, I don't think there's an event I'll go to, because some people even come and, hi, Enid Mirembe, by both names. Yesterday I was at, we have the Ugandan Expo running right now, but I bumped into one of the people in the set, and then he had to greet me by both names. I'm like, I actually didn't even know that he was greeting me at some point.
Right.
I thought they were greeting my colleague. It's like, I am greeting you, Madam Enid Mirembe. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know the name. So, ashamed me, I'm like, my name is Enid Mirembe, expecting him to say, he's like, I won't tell you. I was embarrassed. So, what I'm trying to say is build your social network so that the room will always feel when you are in their presence. People will feel it. The room will also feel it. Everyone will feel your presence. You can't fail to run in your sector, whether it's fashion, entertainment, agriculture, tech, entrepreneurship, tourism. They will not fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like gender, I was trying to do some work with gender as well. But these people were actually telling me, wow, how come we missed working with you on such and such a project? You are the kinds of people that we want. And they were actually helping me, and they told me, now make sure for the next one, you have this and that, because they don't want to miss the chance.
Yeah.
So be that person that people would want to associate with.
Right.
Yeah. They feel like they missed out a chance, but in the next one, they don't want it to pass. Yeah.
Oh my God, Enid, thank you so much for all the insights that you've given us today. I feel like it's something that has kind of lifted the veil on, a lot of the events.
Yeah, and also for the girl child out there, I want to say we don't have to be like, you don't have to think you'll not make it. You don't know where you spark. Well, dream, do it. You don't know if it's the one that's going to be your breadwinner. Just do it. Move. You don't know. But somehow, the bar will be up, and then your project will move without you knowing.
Yeah.
But keep in those networks, dress well, present yourself so well, network, associate with people that matter, people of value. Yeah, don't fear to walk up to that person, an ambassador when you've met them in a conference, wherever.
Yeah.
Introduce your dream, talk to them about it. In one way or another, they'll always direct you to the person that is in charge of what you are trying to talk about.
Yeah.
So we should never fear because we don't know what the future has for us, what it holds for us. Let's just move out of our comfort zones, knock on those offices, clean and well-groomed and smart. Self-respect is key, and do what we have to do. Regardless, we keep moving.
Regardless, we move. Yeah, let's keep moving. And thank you guys for tuning in this week. And I think you have, something that you've picked from the chat that we've had today. Please let us know in the comments. See you guys next week. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of our page because there's so much more for you to see. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.